I came across the story, I think, on Welcome to Chinatown's Instagram page, and they kind of had this map of this new jail being built and how that's going to affect local businesses. They call it the borough-based jail plan. So basically, they would have one mega jail, this like modern like skyscraper jail in each borough of New York City. There's one in Queens, there's one in Brooklyn, and the one in Manhattan is in Chinatown. Chinatown already has a jail. The jail site right now is the Manhattan detention centers, but they want to like take down that jail and build a new one that is much higher. I think it's like 45 floors or something, and it's going to take like 5 to 7 years to build.
When de Blasio was mayor, he laid out a plan to close Rikers and open a jail in every borough except Staten Island. This would be one of those 4 sites.
In Chinatown today in Manhattan, more desperate calls from the community to stop construction of a brand new jail. A crowd gathered at Center and White Streets this morning, where the city is planning to replace the Manhattan detention complex with a brand new jail. It's part of a de Blasio era plan to close Rikers Island and relocate inmates. Those who've been fighting against construction say it'll hurt the community and local businesses and bring years of pollution and noise. In a statement, a spokesman for the mayor said in part, Mayor Adams' spokesman said to follow the law and protect the safety of the community and all involved in this project. This work is proceeding. We have engaged deeply with the community every step of the way, and we are committed to continuing to work with them to limit the disruption of this project.
My name is Arya Young. I am a third-year journalism student at NYU. I covered the Chinatown jail construction story in print and audio and photography. It's really devastating for the community because there are a lot of senior citizens who live there. It's right across the street from Columbus Park, where a lot of elderlies hang out. The jail construction produces a lot of like dust and smoke that's just really harmful for their health. And also it's really detrimental to small business around that area. I talked to one of the small business owners from Nachuan, which was right across the street from the jail site, and it's really going to affect their sales because of a huge construction going on. Like, you're not going to want to go to that restaurant.
My name's Vic Lee, and I'm the co-founder of Welcome to Chinatown and the Democratic District Leader for 65D, which represents Chinatown. Difficult situation for Mayor Adams because this is something that he stepped into since the decision on the borough-based jails, and specifically Chinatown's mega jail, was under the previous mayoral administration. But Adams did run with campaign promises to stop the mega jail, and it's really disheartening because of lack of response now to the community is showing that it was more lip service, that you're here, you're trying to campaign, you're finding your photo ops, but living up to and fulfilling your campaign promises has not been a priority. Welcome to Chinatown. We're a community preservation nonprofit that is focused on the economic development of Manhattan's Chinatown. Services for Welcome to Chinatown include grant making, we do pro bono consulting, and we also focus on advocacy issues, which is why we have gotten involved in the mega jail, because we really believe that the mega jail will cause irreversible harm to Chinatown.
I've participated in the more recent protests that happened. Lunar New Year, we held a protest since Mayor Adams was going to be at the Lunar New Year festivities. We wanted to use this as an opportunity to get his attention and also hold him accountable to his campaign promise. Then subsequently, we've also had peaceful as part of the peaceful protests. That specific peaceful demonstration was organized through Neighbors United Below Canal. And this was more myself as district leader and a community resident, and this was the protest happened right as they were beginning to erect the barriers outside the Manhattan Detention Center for construction. So myself and 9 others, we were arrested for the peaceful demonstration.
We are not going to move.
You will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct.
We are here for the small businesses. We are here for our seniors. We are here for our children. We are here for the next
City
generation.
Police Department. You are unlawfully in the roadway and obstructing vehicular traffic.
Mr. Mayor, no new jail! No new jail! No new jail!
$10 billion! $10 billion for the construction of these new jails when there are budget cuts across the city to our programs, to our services, to education for our kids. $10 billion!
NUBC, their full name is Neighbors United Below Canal, and it's basically just a neighborhood organization to protest things that are unjust that happens to the neighborhood. They were one of the people that sued the city for the jail plan. I think they went pretty far, but it did not go through. So they were trying to like stop it from happening. But unfortunately, the city still decided to do the jail.
Back in looking at photos and reading about the jail that was when it was first being proposed in the 80s, there's a lot of sentiment that Chinatown is a community that they don't vote, and that we're a marginalized community of color choosing to build in Chinatown, where there's not a lot of there's a lack of, I think, a collective voice or representation in government, that it's just, we're going to throw this in Chinatown.
New York City would never build a jail in Upper East Side or Upper West Side where, more privileged and wealthy white people live, because these people have voting rights and they actually have the political power to say no. New York would never do that. If we're talking about like mass incarceration itself, is a problem. It's a problem. Like, the city doesn't need more jails to incarcerate people. The city needs better educational systems, need better welfare systems to take care of people and not just lock them away. Choose to cover stories like that, I think, as a journalist, because I feel like I'm privileged enough to be educated on these issues and to be at an institution like NYU, and I have the power to tell stories like that. So I think I want to do what I can to at least let people know about these, to kind of say that, hey, like, we still exist, even though we might not be able to reverse the situation, we might not be able to stop it from happening. I think it's important for us to just say that this isn't just, like, it's wrong that it's happening, and we see it and we remember it. Yeah, so I think that's what I can do.
Let me see if I can quiet him down. Come here!